Hey, this is Retired Geek Woman, Adventures with Rhiannon, Stardew Valley 1.5, Retired Slow Play, part number 57. We are in the 19th day of winter in year number 2. So we are getting close to the end of the year. And let's see here. Oh, Harvey's going to give us a complete breakfast. I do appreciate that. They are a good source of protein. So we are going to try to put them in the fridge if Harvey can get out of the way. And you can see that I just keep popping them in the fridge. Eventually I'll use them somehow. Check on the baby. If there's a little tiny baby and he's laying there sleeping, you can't do anything yet. So no need to walk in there. Lucky. Oh, yes. In our previous episode, we kind of found asleep. And Linus found us. I think it's interesting. I thought that different people found you, but Linus seems to find me a lot. And Demetrius is going to give us a fish, a bream, a plain old bream. And we got a request from Gus for a coconut. So we have some coconuts. We had gone to the desert a couple of times, and when we were there, we picked up some coconuts. So we're going to have to run one over to Gus. That's a super easy quest. Helps our relationship, of course, and he's going to pay us for it. And it's something we picked up for free, therefore 100% profit. So anyway, we're going to grab our stuff that we need to do our morning chores. Looking over here and pet kitty. Hello, furball, how you doing? And get the water in the bowl if I can click on the right thing. And double check our hay. We have 246. And we are more than halfway through the winter, so we should be fine on hay, no problem. We don't have those silos can really handle 2 full barns, and obviously we do not have 2 full barns. Last episode we did welcome baby goat Poppy. There's their little Poppy. How you doing? Because someone mentioned I thought I should be having automatic babies from automatic pregnancies, but it hasn't happened. So someone suggested that maybe it's because I needed to get a second animal of the same kind. So went ahead and got a baby goat. We're going to see how that goes. And ran around, say good morning to all of our dinosaurs, our 2 chickens, our duck, and our rabbit. Got to make sure that we collect all the goodies that they left us overnight. And then we're going to pick 3 different eggs and get them in the mayonnaise machine, which is one of our good revenue streams, is our mayonnaise made from our eggs. So again, this is episode 57, so I assume that y'all have watched at least some of the previous episodes and or you play Stardew Valley yourself. So again, I tend to repeat myself a lot, and some of that is just short-term memory loss. I don't know if I've told y'all things before. Some of it I do it on purpose because I've got lots of people that are popping in to watch this series from the beginning. I've got a lot more people that are popping in to watch an individual episode here and there. So I don't know if they know about the eggs and mayonnaise machines and what we do with it all. So I don't know the answer to that. So that's one reason why I kind of mention things as we kind of wander along here and get our morning chores done. So they'll know. But whoever you are, I'm really glad that you're here, and thank you so much for watching. And if you haven't done so, please subscribe to my channel. It helps YouTube like me better when I have more subscriptions. Plus, it makes me feel like I'm doing something that other people find interesting and worthy of their time watching. I am going to be working on making my episodes shorter. I had thought that I had done a survey, or a poll, and I had been told that most people of that poll, which only a few people answered, that an hour was about a good length to have. Well, based on my watch analytics, it looks like an hour is too long. So I'm going to be working on making them shorter. There's going to be a few more that are an hour, because I've already recorded them and stuff, but I'm going to be working on making them shorter. But I understand. I mean, who has, besides people like me that are retired and have a lot of time for gaming and watching games, a lot of people don't have that much time. So I'm going to cut that down a little bit in the future. And if you have an opinion about it, please holler at me and voice your opinion, because really this is for you guys. What I just did is grab my crab pots, the last 2 that I had. Been trying to get a lobster for Gus, and you do that by putting crab pots in saltwater. So what I did there is I grabbed my fishing rod, I right-clicked on it, and it took the bait off and put it in the chest there. So I'm going to go down and put down these other 2 crab pots. That'd be a total of 4 crab pots. Bait them, and maybe we'll get lucky and get a lobster. We have never caught one before, I don't think, and Gus requested it. I don't know how long ago he requested it. It doesn't matter what season it is that you're fishing for lobsters. It doesn't matter as long as the crab pots are in salt water, and they are. So it's just taking forever, and I just thought, okay, instead of having only 2 opportunities to catch a lobster every day, how about 4 opportunities? So I'm going to go put those down there. I saw Emily. I thought I'd say a quick hello. I don't know where my relationship is with her, but I just wanted to say a quick hello. Dig around by that cave, by the quarry. Okay, interesting. I think we already did that. Oh no, it's locked. He doesn't get there till noon. So I thought, well, all right, we've got a little bit of time. It's only 11:20. I wasn't sure what time Gus went to work and started getting things ready. I guess when he goes to work, the bar opens, so I guess noon makes sense. In the meantime, we'll run out down and check those crab pots, and we can look around, see if there's anything else that we want to scavenge or dig up on the beach, on the white, cold, snowy beach. Not too big. Oh, look at the snow on the roof there. That's cool. These things that we're seeing right here basically is trash. We're going to put the trash in the recycling bin at the farm. Oops, come on. There we go. So I click once to put the crab pots down, and then I click again, and it baits them. So it's really hard to see unless you got really good eyes. But when they're unbaited, they don't have those little tiny red dots on the front of the crab pot. When you bait them, they get little red dots on there. When they don't, they're kind of just clear and you can't hardly see them. Kind of small for some of us older folks that don't have the best of eyes. So we always want to check on this little area over here. It's like a little island, basically. Really early in game, we had to fix a bridge that let us come over here. This is a great place for finding coral and things. It just so happens today's not one of those good days. You just got 1 piece, but 1 piece is better than no pieces. So we got done what we need to do. It is now 1 o'clock, so we can go back and talk to Gus and get him that coconut. If you have watched previous episodes, you know that I have given the wrong thing to the wrong people, and it makes it a gift to them, and then I have to go back and get the item again. It's like, oh my gosh. So this time I know that Gus wanted the coconut. He's going to make something called Coco No. I really don't know what that is. So there we go. And sometimes when you have something that you're supposed to give to someone for a quest item, you just talk to them and it takes it. Sometimes you got to give it as a gift. So I don't know why that's different for different people. Not sure why that is. Irregardless, we got 600 gold for a coconut with 100% profit. So I like that so much. And double checking our board here. Looks like Evelyn is our next birthday, and hopefully I can remember to give Evelyn a gift on her birthday. It really makes a big difference in your relationship points if you can give a loved gift on someone's birthday. You can find out what gifts people love a number of ways. One is secret messages where people send a message, and it's in the form of like Christmas gift for Evelyn and George and whoever, and it will list like whatever their loved items are. That's one way. Other people, you can give them things and it ends up being a loved gift and you don't know it until it happens. Another way is to get higher relationships with people and they tell you things. And another way is you can go to the wiki. There is a link to the wiki in my descriptions. You can go to the wiki and type in someone's name, like Gus, for instance, or let's just use Evelyn since she's the next birthday. Look up Evelyn, and it will tell you what gifts she loves. Now, if you're one that likes to explore and not figure things out, then don't do that. If you're like me in that you are just not sure and you don't want to spend however many literal years figuring all of that out, I would rather go to the wiki to get that information so that I'm giving people the right things. Now, I didn't do that when I first started this playthrough, and I gave a hated gift to Abigail more than once. So I'm pretty sure she is at the very bottom of my friend list. And I think we only have a heart with her because we've talked to her a couple of times. Plus, when you finish the community center, you get hearts with everyone. And I don't know how the points are. There's mods that could tell you what your points are or how close you are to the next heart. I don't worry about that. I don't like having mods in my game as a general rule. So this is a vanilla playthrough. So you're not going to see any mods here. So I don't know how close I am, but I do know when in the community center, when you finish it, they throw a big party for you. And that's in a previous episode, which you're more than welcome to watch. And you do get relationship points for finishing that. So I think that's the only reason I have any points with Abigail at all. So I don't know about her. She's my nemesis. Plus she beat me in the egg festival twice, I think it is. And so, yeah. Eventually we want to be best friends with everybody in town. I have a feeling she might be the very last one that we make friends with. So we'll see how that goes. For my new subscribers, the purpose of my big overall goal of this playthrough is to do 100% completion. And later in the game, we're going to find out how we know how far along we are. That is part of the 1.5 update, which was massive. I was shocked that they called it 1.5. I think it should have been a 2.0. It added new landmass. It added new people. It added new quests, new items, just tons of stuff, new animals. It was shocking to me that it was only a 1.5. But again, I don't know how games or version numbers go. I'm sure there's a reason why. So irregardless, that is the ultimate goal of this playthrough, is to get there. And I have kind of a methodical way in my mind that we are going to get to that. One thing is the farm and how the farm will eventually look and be very productive. And one of the things you see me doing here is I'm making my own seeds. I love being self-sufficient, meaning I don't have to go down to Pierre's the first day of each season and buy a ton of seeds. At this time, I don't know if I'm going to have enough of all of the various seeds that I want. As you can see, I currently have 1 green bean and 1 kale. I like having variety on my farm, and so I thought, okay, I'll go ahead and, even though I only have 1 of each of those, I'm going to go ahead and put them in the seed maker. Hopefully I'll get more than 1 seed from each one. Sometimes you get 1 to 3 seeds per item that you put in your seed maker. So I'm trying to make sure that I have enough. In general, what I do is I have a main crop that is my biggest money maker, and I only got 1 bean starter, but I did get 2 kale, so that's good. I have 1 main crop, and in spring that's going to be cauliflower, and then that goes in the middle of my field, and then around the edges of my field I put my secondary crop, and generally that's one that is a crop that keeps producing all season long. So in the case of spring, it's going to be strawberries, because strawberries are also a good crop to have. They keep coming all season long, so that's great. And so what I do is try to have 2, if I can, maybe 3 harvests from the first planting. So I don't know how long. I have to look and see how long it takes cauliflower to grow. If I have enough, I'll try to put down the deluxe speed grow fertilizer, which cuts your length of time by 25%. So hopefully if we do that and we keep on top of it, we don't, all the sprinklers are working properly, then in theory we would get at least 1, if not 3 harvests of my main crop. When I run out of time, let's say I miss something or I don't get the 3rd one, then what I do is plant all the other things that I want, or all the other crops, so then I'm having variety. So you saw me making garlic seeds, you saw me making the kale and the green bean and all of that. So I want to have some of everything. You never know when you're going to get a quest. You never know when you're going to need it, and I don't want to not have some of everything. So what I'm doing here in this area, I'm going to be planting a total of 12 bee houses. Right above it, I'm going to be planting some special crops. And something special happens with those special crops sometimes. And I don't want to tell you what it is because it's so cool when it happens. Now, as another explanation for all my new subscribers is I try not to give too many spoilers. I try to give hints about things that are special, but I don't like to spoil the surprise of some of the things that happen that are just so cool when it happens, like, oh wow, I didn't even know that could happen. So I'm going to try very hard to not do that for my people that are watching who've never played the game. And I know I have some because I've seen comments from people who said they've never played this game. So what I'm doing here is making coal because I need to make more beehives. So obviously we got a long way to go because it uses 8 coal for each beehive. So anyway, there's a special planting area down there that I am going to plant something, and hopefully the special thing happens there, and you'll see it's very, very cool. And if you can't wait, then you can go to my playlists and look at my reviews of games. And I did do a review of Stardew Valley. In that review, I show screenshots of my 11-year farm, and you can see a little hint there if you wish. So I want to I have some goals before the end of the year, and one of them was to have 8 hearts with at least 10 villagers. Now, for some reason, I thought that I was already 8 hearts with Linus. I'm not. It's like, I don't know if I miscounted. I'm sure I didn't do anything to offend him that would have reduced the hearts. So I was kind of shocked by that. It's like, oh, wait a minute, I'm only 7 hearts. I'm not 8 hearts. And that's only that's 9 people that I'm friends with. I need another person. So Linus, Willie, Sebastian's are all good candidates for getting those hearts. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So somewhere along the way I've miscounted. And before the end of the season, I definitely want to have 8 hearts with at least 10 people. So I had miscounted or something happened. So we're going to have to remedy that situation right away. There are certain milestones that I set for myself before the end of year 2, and there's a reason for that. I have a reason for my madness. This is not a power playthrough. This is a relaxed, slow play, but something very special happens after the 2nd year, and there are certain things that you need to have in place for that special thing to happen the way you want. So we'll see. I don't want to spoil that for you. I'm just telling you that I need to make good friends with Linus, who is one of those people that I love being good friends with. He just, that little old guy, lives all by himself. He wants to live in that tent. And so, I don't know. And he says the nicest things. And you see him, you feel sorry for him because you see him out there rummaging around in the garbage cans for good food. And so, I don't know. It's just one of those people that I really like being good friends with. And I really feel bad that I didn't hit the 8 hearts yet. Being hearts with people, you get, you know, depending upon your relationship, like look at this. Gus just we made better friends with us. He sent us a gift, in this case, pancakes. Like, okay, we'll take the pancakes. So there's lots of reasons. They send you recipes and gifts. They send you hints and tips about other things. And there's lots of reasons that you want to be good friends with everybody. So we're going to get busy on our morning chores on this 20th day of winter in year number 2. We've only got 8 more days left of winter. So we're getting there. I had somehow put that stuff in. How did I even do that? Oh my gosh, it's so embarrassing to go back and look at my play and see the mistakes I've made. I'm sure everyone makes mistakes, but they're not really noticeable because you're not looking back at them. It is so embarrassing for me not to only look at them, but I'm having my subscribers look at them and going, oh my gosh, look what she missed. Believe me, I'm seeing it too. I see a lot of things I don't mention. So anyway, all right, we've got a large goat milk and a large cow milk, and we're going to put those in the cheese press to make more cheese. And we do have a small piece of cheese that we could take to our basement, or cellar, I'm sorry. Run around and say good morning, everybody. Got a duck egg, got a dinosaur egg. Woohoo, look at all these eggs. I love that. Oh, and there's another dinosaur egg laying over there. Awesomeness. Wow, we have got some dinosaur eggs today, so that's awesome. We'll see how many we got total. We'll put them in our, what I do is put all the eggs in the chest, and then I look and see what do I have a lot of, the most of. Typically I try to I'm trying not to get my dinosaur eggs down too far, you know, because I'm hoarding them for very unknown reasons. Eventually we don't need to save them anymore. But I always think, what if I want to make another dinosaur? And what if I need an iridium quality one? And what if? So Stardew Valley has made hoarders of us all. And that's just kind of the way it is. Pop in here to take a quick look in our greenhouse. And surprise, our star fruits are ready. So what this is eventually going to be, you can see up in the top right hand corner, there is an iridium sprinkler, and you can put 24 plants around it. Eventually there's going to be 3 plots like that, and then 1 plot of the star fruits. So star fruits, I'm trying to remember where I put them. I think I put them in the wine shed. It's like, where are they? The star fruits, we're not going to start putting them in the kegs yet because we're kind of saving up. We also need to have 9 star fruits for each Junimo hut that we are going to build. And I'm pondering this at this time. It's like, okay, I need to make sure I have 9. I think you have to have 9 of the same kind, but I'm not 100% sure. So I am going to take the extras that I have and go use them to make seeds to go be able to plant to make more star fruits. So we're propagating the star fruits. That's the only downside to the star fruits, is that once you pick them, you have to replant them. So it's kind of a balancing act of how many do I keep, how many do I make seeds of. So we're just going to go ahead and make a few seeds here. We'll use them. At the current moment, I don't have another iridium sprinkler, just a quality one, so we can only plant 8. I always leave 1 in the seed chest so that it's like a placeholder, and you can see that I have 5, so we've got 2 more coming up. Hopefully there'll be enough to be able to give us the 8 that we need, and we did. Awesome. So we have enough, and I don't know why. There we go, 8. I thought I had 9, so I took 8 with us to go back and plant and start making more. So eventually that area will be changed, and then I was thinking, I bet you I have some deluxe speed grow, and I do. So I'm going to go ahead and use that to kind of speed that process up. Again, it increases your growth rate by 25%. So as an example, if it was going to take 4 days for it to grow, quality fertilizer will let it take 3 days to grow. So it cuts down your growing time, which is awesome. So we're going to go ahead and plant that, put down the fertilizer, and I don't remember how long it takes, but it will take less time with the quality speed grow, or deluxe speed grow, I'm sorry. I'm in saving up my oak resin and the coral, and I still put that back in the wrong chest. Oh my gosh. Saving that up so I can make as much quality speed grow as possible, or deluxe speed grow as possible, so that we can hurry things along. And check it out. Look at this. We've got 7 cheeses ready that are iridium quality cheeses. So I was so excited when I looked down here. I mean, every time I come down here and something's ready, I get excited. This is the cellar of the house. It was an expansion of the house, your last paid expansion. And these are casks, and you can make and put more in here, and we will eventually. Also, eventually, each row will have one thing. So one entire row will be cheese. The rest of the entire rows will be wines. The wines that we have right now are low quality, but that's okay. You get more money by making wines out of anything. More money than you would if you threw the fruits or vegetables into the shipping bin. So that's fantastic. And you'll see how much in the morning, how much money those cheeses bring us. That's going to be a huge revenue stream for us. For my new viewers, I talk about revenue streams a lot, and that's a business term. What it means is that you have money coming in from multiple places. So some people only want to grow pigs and process the oil from the truffles. Well, to me that's boring. First off, I don't like the pig sound. Secondly, I like to have a variety of ways that I'm making money. So I have the products from my animals. I have the eggs that I put into the mayonnaise machine. I have the cheeses I put into the cheese press. I do tasks and quests like this. Like someone wants a winter root. I'm thinking, okay, winter roots are annoying. I never know what to do with them. I can happily give someone a winter root. So, like I said, there's lots of ways to make money, and I like to do all of the many of the various ways. that are my ways. Again, when you play, if you play this game, and if you are playing this game, you know that you can play any way you want. It's definitely an open sandbox. You can play at any speed you want. As I've mentioned, I don't min-max everything. I don't power play it. I just enjoy myself. The only time constraint, oh, looky here. Finally, a lobster. Finally, a lobster. I cannot believe it took that long. And I don't know why it took that long. I don't know. I don't know. I guess my luck was putting down the fourth crab pot. And I'm just going to leave them there for now. I'm not going to worry about filling them up with bait for now. And let's see. Oh, the wizard wanted a winter root. And then Gus wanted a lobster. So we're going to go give Gus a lobster. Well, we're giving all kinds of goodies to Gus right now. Isn't that awesome? Working on that relationship. We will go ahead and check this island area over here. And sometimes it's just full of all kinds of goodies. And other times, the past couple times I've been here, not so much. I have read on the wiki that you should check this area definitely. It's either a rainy day or the day after it rains, because there's a lot of coral and other things over there. So we are trying to collect as much coral and oak resin as we can for our deluxe speed grow, so it's worth it a trip over there. There's other ways of getting coral, and we are going to work on the other ways soon. So while I said we don't have any huge expenditures, we really don't. You know, we've done the huge things of the house and the sheds. Eventually we'll do another shed, but that's way down the road. There we go. Lobster. I'm sorry. I started saying winter root. Lobster. What do we got? Look at this. 500 gold for that lobster. It only took us, months. What the heck? So our next expenditures that we have more than enough money for them, but eventually we are going to build Junimo huts. And I believe those are 20,000 each, but they also require iridium sprinklers. I'm sorry, iridium ore, and we just don't have any right now. There's lots of things that we need, that we're waiting for the iridium ore for, but it is coming soon. It is going to be coming very soon, but it's hard to get until a certain thing happens, and then it's easy to get. So we'll leave that little tip right there. So that's the two things that we're going to be doing, is building the Junimo huts. We also, I really am not sure that we are going to be able to really expand much of the farm, because I don't want to build a whole bunch more quality sprinklers when the iridium sprinklers are right around the corner for us. And the whole planting area will look completely different at that point. So I think we're going to wait on that for spring. We may wait until summer. I'm not sure. Certainly don't want to dig up things after we've planted stuff, because that's a complete waste. Yes, he did want your work is satisfactory. Here's your compensation. So he's not overly friendly. 210 for that thing that I just don't see the need for. Winter roots almost annoy me when I get them. So I guess that's one good reason to have them. And I'm looking at the relationships. I wanted to see where we're at. We still need to go see Linus and give him coconut. Not to give him coconut. Give him items to work on gifts every chance we get. You can only give, I believe, 2 gifts in 1 week. So we can give him 2. And we should work on that, because, like I said, we wanted to make sure we are at least 8 hearts with Linus. And I'm shocked that I'm not. I really thought I was. So that's okay. Once I get 8 on him, then I'll look at who is the next person that's the next closest hearts, which I think is Willie. And we'll go figure out what we can do with Willie. As you can see, we're kind of getting this area cleaned up and shaped up. I started to talk about other things that we're going to be spending money on. You can build fish ponds, and that's not a surprise. We saw those. We've seen them, I believe. Robin builds them for us. So we are going to build fish ponds, and what you do is you build the fish pond, you toss a fish or something, a crustacean or whatever in it, and it multiplies. And when it gets to a certain level, like 5 or whatever, I can't remember where the levels are, it'll have a little exclamation mark, and it'll say, hey, we want something. You throw something in, and it will make more until there are 10. So we can grow our own coral doing that. And so I am going to put down some ponds. It's going to be down just south of the area where the oak resin trees are. that's probably, if you look at the, I'll be showing some pictures of the 10-year farm very soon. Probably in the next episode or two, I'll be showing it here in this video. So you can see kind of what I'm going to be working towards. And so we'll put them there. We'll be propagating our own coral so that we have more than enough, because I love making that deluxe speed grow. And when this planting area is fully planted out with all of the iridium sprinklers with 24 plants around them, then we're going to need a lot of it. So I always try to, when I'm up and running like that, I want to try to get 500 or so stashed away so that I'm never short on that. So we got some more wines. And again, it's a different kind of wine. So we've got 4 different kinds of wine, but that's okay. Until we start getting enough of the, and get our greenhouse built out and have the ancient fruits growing in massive amounts, then we're just going to be doing whatever kind of wines. It doesn't really matter. There's some that give more value than others. You know, the melon wines and the... I'm trying to think of any other ones. You know, I know melon because that pops into my head as far as a fruit that you can put in there. But until then, that's fine. We're just gonna whatever we got, as long as we have room for it. I thought that I would come down here to the quarry. We are going to be in need of stone and wood, really, for what we need, and we're getting less and less of this on our property. So I thought, you know, it's 6:30. I've got enough time to come down here and look at that prehistoric skull. Interesting. Never know what you're going to get down here in the quarry. I mean, this is where I found 2 prismatic shards on the same day. I was absolutely stunned. I knew that they had increased the percentage of chance of getting that prismatic shard, but I was absolutely shocked that I got 2 in the same day. So it was an absolute shock. So there's a funky little node right there. That is an iridium ore node. And sometimes it gives you other things. Let's see what we end up getting. So we got 3 iridium ore, and I think maybe some more gold or something. So again, you never know what you're going to get down here in the quarry. And so iridium ore is great. I don't know if I'm going to have enough to make another sprinkler, so we'll have to see. Again, you can go down to very low levels of the mine to get iridium ore, mostly from the magna geodes, and there's a couple of different geodes that give iridium ore. I haven't had a whole lot of luck with that, so I know that we're going to have something that's going to help us with this soon, but I just don't know if we're going to be able to get enough to be able to build all of the iridium sprinklers that we would need to redo our planting field. So it may have to wait a season. It's not that big a deal. We make money a lot faster when you have a ton more stuff that you're growing, but it's not absolute positively have to, and that's how I play. I absolutely positively do not have to. I don't have to have a set and achieve those goals that I wanted by the end of the 2nd year. It's not a have to situation. It's I wanted to, because I played it before and I know what can happen. So it kind of set my path on what I'm going to do for these first couple of years. We certainly have a truckload of things to do after these first couple of years, but it really does help with the direction of the first 2 years to make sure this special thing happens in the way that you would want it to happen. So you can see all of our goodies that we got down there. Let's see, that gave us a total of 5. I had to get close to my screen to look at it. We have 5 iridium ores. I do not want to use all 5 of them because it would take that placeholder out. If I had 6, then I can make another sprinkler, but it looks like that's not going to happen unless we get lucky and find it elsewhere, find the ore elsewhere. So we shall see. So we're putting our goodies away and kind of taking stock of what we have. And there's another coconut there. And I think I'm going to have to make a trip over to the desert again, just to have some more coconuts. I hate it that we don't have enough. I don't have one of each of the 3 different qualities of coconuts, not counting iridium, of course. So we're going to have to go get some, and that's fine. It costs money to go to the desert. It's like 500, I think. And I don't have any other reason to go over there right now except maybe to check for some seeds that I think Sandy, the shop proprietor, sells, I think it's rhubarb seeds, and we're going to have to go check it out. Well, that's going to end our episode for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't done so, please subscribe to my channel. It helps YouTube like me and let me know I'm doing something that other people find interesting. But really, the most important thing is I want you to have a wonderful rest of your day.